Catalyst Conversations.
Fam, I am Ted Winsley. Who am I? I'm a couple of different things. I'm a pastor. I'm a teacher. I'm an author. I'm a husband. I had to add that in. I'm a husband. I'm a father. But I'm also known as the chaplain for 23 seasons this year for your Super Bowl champion. I know we didn't make it in this year, but as long as we got that thing, as long as we got that ring, come on, we're Super Bowl champions. Your Super Bowl champion, the Philadelphia Eagles. And next to me is a brother, is a young man that needs no introduction. He's MVP, Pro Bowler. He's the guy that knocked the ball out of Tom Brady's hand when we got that Super Bowl ring. Give it up for Brandon Graham. BG is in the building. Make some noise, guys. Man, let's go.
Appreciate you, man.
How you? I've been preaching. That's why I lost my voice.
No, that's a good
thing. How you doing, man?
Man, I'm doing good, man.
Good.
Just enjoying the times right now.
Yeah.
Not taking no time for granted.
Yeah.
For sure.
So actually, literally, this is now the off season for you.
Mm-hmm.
You just completed 14 seasons in the NFL.
Man,
that's a big deal. I do believe you currently hold the record. Talk to me. What is that?
Yeah, for the Eagles, the most played. As a defensive player.
Come on.
Yeah,
amen.
Most games played.
And you're going to put some stank on it and come back next year.
Hey, one more time. one more time.
Very good.
Yep.
Hey guys, so as y'all know, we always have a theme. And I just felt like, just knowing you personally, knowing your story, some people don't know it, that our theme was perfect for you coming on the podcast. And our theme is dreams and nightmares.
Mm-hmm.
And today we're going to talk about just the simple fact that everybody talks about dreams, but most people don't talk about the nightmares that you have to go through in order to fulfill and carry out your dream. Of course, this ain't a preaching show, but I'm a preacher, so I'm going to give you a scripture. All right. Okay. So we got Romans chapter 8, verse 18. And then I want to get your thoughts. It says, "But what of that? For I consider that the sufferings of this present time, of this present life, are not worth being compared with the glory that is about to be revealed to us and in us and for us and conferred on us." So when I hear that, I just hear God recognizing the fact that there are good and there's bad, that God made us a promise, but we're also going to have to go through some nightmares in order to fulfill our dreams. So when you just hear that, dreams and nightmares, got to go through the nightmare in order to make it to the dream, what comes to your mind?
It comes to, trusting him. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, because when you're going through things, you feel like you are the only one. And then it's like, where you going for to help you through that, like you say, like the village of people or God, because if you don't have that village, you need somebody. And he just always wants you to always know that everything comes through him. And I feel that's exactly what he's saying right there. You know, you're gonna go through things, and it's gonna try you. You know, it's gonna try your faith. And
So let's go back. Let's go. Mm-hmm. Where you from? Detroit. Come on, let's go back to what street did you live on?
This was on Corbett.
Come on, let's go. Detroit, Michigan. Mm-hmm. Let's go to Corbett Street. Come on, somebody. As a matter of fact, did you see that meme that they had for what was going to happen if Detroit made it to the Super Bowl? Did you see that? Where it was a bunch of pimps and hustlers.
Yeah, with the fur coats.
They said they're gonna be on the front row. Okay. So you know anything about that in Detroit?
I've seen all that. The style of Detroit. Oh yeah.
So let's take it back to Detroit. Let's talk about the dream. Just as a young man. So were you raised? Of course, I know some of these answers. Were you raised with the father, without a mom in the home, dad? So kind of tell me about kind of how you were raised, and then tell me about like what was the dream. Yeah. And here's our working definition, guys. So dreams are visions that are connected to purpose that give us a promise.
Yep.
All right. So we're back in Detroit. What was your upbringing, and then when did you first start getting a glimpse of the dream?
Well, growing up, I was with my mom and my sister. We was in a single parent household. Mm-hmm. When my dad was in my life, it's just when you in a single parent household, you don't get to see the model of him every day.
Right.
But when I did get to see him, I was happy to.
You look just like him.
I know. It's funny. My son looked just like me.
No DNA necessary.
I'll tell you, mannerisms the same, laugh and all that. So,
good man.
It's just good to see.
Shout out to Papa Graham.
Yes, sir. Shout him out. But yeah, it feel good to see where he, is and who I was.
Yeah.
But growing up, I was the man in the house pretty much, and I was the oldest, and so I had to really learn through experience.
Yeah.
And football, when my dad put me in, just first it was baseball, football. I think that's where I started dreaming of where that could go.
Yeah.
Because you see TV and you see the professionals, and then you get inspired. But my first time out, man, I didn't like it because I got ran over.
Somebody trucked you?
Oh yeah, they trucked me, and I wanted to quit. And so me and my dad we talked. And I remember just
that was a nightmare.
Yeah, that's a nightmare. I could just remember. I could still see the number that came at me.
What'd he wear?
Number 3.
Come on.
Yep, and he was the coach's son too. Because I was big, he was big, and so it was only right that we, the big guys, you go against somebody else.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, just that moment right there was when I could either fold it because I wanted to. I told my dad I didn't want to go back out, but he just wanted me to finish it since I started it.
Sure.
And he was like, if you don't want to do it next year, I just don't want you to quit.
Right.
And just be done with it.
Yeah.
So, I finished it out just to make him happy. And then I actually went out the next year because I started getting the hang of it a little bit. It was an okay year, but then by the third year when I was 10, that's when I first got my MVP trophy playing linebacker. And so, that's when the dream really sparked. But yeah, man, when you was talking dreams, it was just me making plays in NFL one day.
Yeah.
And then, knowing that I got to get to college on scholarship because my mom didn't have the money for it.
Right.
So that was really the first dream, trying to keep the grades and making sure that, at least if I'm not playing sports, I got to,
Because contrary to popular belief, people think, especially in the era that you were going to college in, that just being good at ball is enough.
Yeah.
No, you don't even you don't get in if you don't have the grades right.
I'm telling you.
Just being good at the sport isn't enough.
Yeah. And pushing you through ain't gonna help you.
Right.
Because a lot of guys, I ain't gonna say a lot, but some guys get pushed through, and it shows later on, and then it's sad because people just throw you away.
Sure.
After you don't make it, and then now you lost.
Dude, I remember in college, of course I went to Dell State. I didn't go to Michigan. I remember in college, one of our star linebackers actually would come into my room when nobody was around and ask me to help him with his school. He couldn't read. Yeah. And I was like, dude, how'd you make it how'd you make it here? And like when I say he couldn't read, I'm not bussing. He couldn't read. And so literally what happened is he said to me, he said, man, they pushed me through. So at some point in time, you have to deal with what you didn't deal with.
Yes, you definitely do.
Yeah.
So you might as well deal with it now.
Come on. Yeah.
And get your help while people are willing to do that, without no judgment.
Correct.
Because when you get to a certain level, even though you shouldn't worry about what people say, but it hurts. It hurts, knowing that you've been running from something and it finally caught up to you.
Yeah. So let me ask you this. So Detroit, played Pop Warner, then you made it to University of Michigan.
Yep.
And something that I've taught you guys, and we talk about the fact that football is not a purpose, it's a platform. So even as you started maturing and started really understanding what this was about, so what would you say that the dream that God showed you was, or the dream that God showed you, realizing that the dream isn't football, it's what football can do? What started becoming the dream as you started entering into the NFL? Like, well, what is this sport going to enable me to do?
Yep.
What's the dream?
Did you know that your business is as unique as your fingerprint? Haddon Savings understands your business's unique financial needs and is here to help with a wide range of SBA loans and assistance. We also offer commercial real estate loans to leverage your equity. Use it to build, buy, refinance, expand, or remodel your business. Call us today to get individualized financial services tailored to fit your needs. Haddon Savings Bank, creating banking relationships since 1905.
There's no greater reward than seeing someone through a difficult process and helping them to what often becomes their second chance. Real people with real problems don't choose law firms, they choose lawyers.
For me, the best attorney for the situation was needed. If you're sincere about your freedom, I recommend you hire Tamika McCoy.
For over 50 years, Nuss Construction has focused on family first and giving back to our community. That's why we are proud to support Family Matters Daycare in the BetterMan 24 conference. If you are in South Jersey, consider us if you need a new bathroom, kitchen, or an addition to your existing home. Protecting your family and making them more comfortable is one of our key focus points. Call today for a free consultation and discover the Nuss Construction Company difference.
I think just the positivity I bring every day. You know, the little things that you take for granted sometimes. I'm always aware of that. Even more now, being a vet. It's like, man, I'm here. I see why I'm here. You know, just serving the guys, and it's like, it's therapy for me.
To be an impact.
And then to help someone along the way. And then, later on, people writing letters to you, hey man, I really appreciate you. I was going through a tough time. And me just acting on it instead of running from it. Like, because at first I used to act on certain stuff. If I see something I probably didn't say as much, I was more lead by example. Than to go actually deal with some of the stuff.
So being a positive force, with people, not even just players, but people who watch. I know you have a foundation. I'm going somewhere. I know you have a foundation where that foundation, what does your foundation do?
Team Graham 55. And, we pretty much, it takes a team. It takes the village of people, the people that you need to share and be able to trust. Because, man, us as men, we don't be vulnerable enough anyway to talk about some of the stuff that we deal with in private. And it's like, man, you can't do this by yourself. And like you say, you can always run to God and talk to him. And if you don't trust anybody else, that's the number one person you need to trust. And so I know for me, I'm just so happy to be more vulnerable and to be okay with, stuff. If stuff gets exposed, to run its course. Because, don't run from it. Like I said, you can't run from a lot of things. It's like nobody can hold nothing over your head if you already ahead of it already. Hey man, I'm dealing with that. God know already.
So being a positive impact to people's lives, you have a foundation that the Lord allowed you to create for the betterment of other people. I'm building this dream. Okay.
Yeah.
And then, so you were raised in a single family home. Now you're building a dream where you've got an amazing wife. You've got a family. You have a legacy that you're building. You probably, as in a single family home, financially didn't have everything you wanted financially. Now you got everything that you could want. So building a dream. So now here you are. You're in the NFL. You have an amazing wife, amazing children. Financial stability. Looks like we're reaching that. Touching communities. And then can we talk about a nightmare?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Watch this. Here's the dream. So you get drafted in what round? 7?
First.
Come on now.
Round.
What round?
First round.
So you're the first round draft pick. What does that mean for those who are under a rock?
That just means that's where you want to go. First off the board. The first round of the NFL draft. And
first amount of money that they got.
Like a lot of money. You get a lot of money during that time. But you don't get it all at one time. So
right.
Don't get caught on just, trying to spend ahead on money that you don't have and stuff like that. And be responsible because much is given, much is required.
I love it.
So those where the nightmares come in.
Okay.
Because that's where you don't know what comes with that. You know what I'm saying? You live the dream. You want to be in the dream. You dream of what God show you.
Sure.
But then here go the
nightmares. So here come the nightmares. So I'm building this.
Yep.
So first round draft pick. You marry the woman of your dreams. Kids are on the way. I don't know. Did you have kids yet? I don't think so. Not yet.
Well, I got married a year after.
Okay.
She was pregnant, and so I say 2 years.
The city loves you. You're the first round draft pick. Because there's a couple of nightmares I have in my mind that you experience. But the first one was the word bust.
Oh yeah.
Talk to me about that. What in the world? What happened?
Well, it's early on in my career I got hurt. My first year, I was just finally getting it. Things was moving, and then I get hurt. I tore my knee, and it took me like 2 years really because of the type of injury that I had. And, then that's when I learned a lot, because that was the first time I went through adversity in the sport, because I was clean for the most part. I'm like not getting surgeries.
Right.
Everything was intact.
Interesting.
But I get to the league first year and bam, I got that. And so it tested me, because man, it was some nights where, you know, social media, I mean, it was just really on the rise, and then you hear all this stuff on Twitter about you, and the media coming at you, especially in Philly. Didn't know how serious the media was in Philly. Yeah. And, you know, I was going through a little depression stage, you know, because I didn't know until I got out of it that I was really, you know, down.
Yeah.
And I always reacted to what people were saying on there. So if somebody called me out, I had to say something. And I remember just having those moments where we talked before the show of what you had at the game. It's
correct.
Like, you know, like, don't do it. Then I do it, and then all these other people come attack, and then it really didn't fulfill me like I thought it would have, because I said everything I wanted to, but it still wasn't enough. You can't win in those battles,
correct.
You know?
So that's the nightmare. So so you're living the dream, and here comes the nightmare, where and most of the time the nightmare is something you can't control.
Yep.
Oftentimes it wasn't your fault. In the beginning, I would say you don't know how to get out. You know, so talk to me about that. What were some of the practical things that you did, not to lose your mind, not to quit, and not to harm anyone. You know, during those times, like practical tips. What did you do?
Well, I trusted people to talk to them about it. You know, because that was hard within itself to tell, you know, your girl at the time, or your one of your friends that, man, you know, I'm going through it right now. You know, and I don't like Philly right now. I don't want to be here.
Yeah, I remember
talking to wifey and just saying, like, as soon as I can get up out of here, I'm gonna get up out of here. And making emotional, all these emotions. You know, all this was emotional stuff.
There was something I think I've said to you in Bible study, and tell me how true this is. Never make a permanent decision in a temporary circumstance. What does that mean when you hear that?
That just means things gonna get better. Don't like, be still.
Yeah.
Just be still.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And
what would Philly have been like if BG left?
Oh man, I know. Right? What would I be like if I would have left? You know what I'm saying? Like just for real, like the people that you around, you know, you are who you hang around. We talk about that a lot, and I think that's the first step of, like, when you going through things, talk to your community. You know what I'm saying? Because they gonna speak some life into, even if you're not ready. You need a moment to sit back and kind of process some things, but then make sure you're talking to somebody before you go, because you can process even more.
Let's go there for a minute. We still in the nightmare. Okay, so you so literally, like, even your money was in question. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, he's a bust. He's a bum. He can't do what we paid him to do. The pressure comes in. You're not playing. You know, which you know, endorsement, all that stuff, is everything shaky.
Then you deal with coaches that you know. That's another part.
Coaches who have actually connected their career to you, and now when you look rocky, or when the nightmare, that's what I was going to ask you. So let's stop right there. So what does the nightmare reveal to you about other people?
Oh man,
talk to me about that, because some people don't realize that the dream is a good thing, but it could also attract the wrong people. And God, I believe, actually uses the nightmare to separate all the suckers. Man, talk to me about that.
And that was so key, because when I got hurt, it was so many people praying for that downfall that revealed themselves in that time.
Right.
Then you got to watch the people that ain't celebrating you in them times when you come back from it too.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
So watch the people that celebrate you when it's good, and see if they celebrate when it's bad.
Yeah. You know, all that, like, because you need support when it's going bad too.
Correct.
Like, you need people that's going to be in your ear, like, this ain't the end all be all, man. Like, this is just a time in your life. And it's just, don't sweat it. Just keep going, keep working, 1 foot at a time, 1 step at a time. And, you know, as hard as that is, just keep living every day. Like, every day, as much as we do some of the same stuff every day, it ain't the same day.
Yeah.
Well, the conversation was different. You met somebody probably different than you met the
Right.
other day, even though you went to the store
Sure.
the same way, same time, whatever. But, I just say.
So did your nightmare reveal that people who said that they were riding for you weren't riding with you?
Yeah, it hurt because it's some people that's closer than you think, because maybe you're not giving them what they thought out of the
Right.
situation. That
Yeah.
could be money, that could be just hanging with you, or like for me,
Or you're not hot no more.
yeah, or I'm not hot no more.
Yeah, yeah.
They just fall off.
Yeah,
you.
when I say, hey, I was with BG, they say, oh, the bust? Oh, so I can't use
Yep,
the
can't
fact-
use
Yeah.
that no more.
Right,
You know
right.
what I'm saying? Because they love talking about you when you up and you feeling good.
Right.
But you can't, us as the player, as the person in it,
Yeah.
you can't get full of yourself. You got to remain humble
So
in
good.
it, because this is not the real world.
Mm.
And like, you gonna be people when you're done, they gonna remember who is there at the time, who's hot right now.
Yeah.
And it's so many people that was hot before this. I remember even with Vic, Michael Vick, they loving Vic.
Correct.
But then, Vic, now he's
He had
doing
a nightmare.
commentating. Yeah, he had a nightmare. He commentating, doing all this stuff
Yeah.
now, but it's not as crazy as it was as a player. And some people don't know how to handle all
Yeah.
that. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? And so I just would say, just getting prepared, because this world will make you feel like that, like you got to keep up with everything, just the social media, all the stuff. But yeah, man,
Yeah.
it shows you a lot.
Yeah.
And I love that I went through that.
And
because
how many years would you say was that nightmare
it was
experience?
from, I got hurt my first year, so I would say from my second to the 6th year, because by 7 to 8, that's when Doug came.
Yeah.
And Doug came, that's when everything changed.
So
because-
literally almost 5 to 6 years.
yeah, 5 to 6 years.
The average NFL player only plays for 3. Mm-hmm. So you were in a nightmare. I want to put this in context. So you were in a nightmare for two careers.
Yeah.
Of the average person. So the
real.
average person only plays for 3 years. You were in a nightmare for 6.
Yep.
And now you're going to do 15.
Now everybody with the same team too.
Yeah, amen.
that I wanted to run away from.
Right.
You know
right,
what I'm saying?
Right.
So yeah.
I love it. I wrote down 3 things. 3 reasons why God will not. So this is also the other part, is that was 6 years. God didn't stop it. Mm-hmm. I was with you. I mean,
Yep.
I also watched your relationship deepen so much with God. And I think that's also the important thing, because like some people run to God when things go wrong. Mm-hmm. Okay, what happens when they stay wrong?
Yep.
It stayed bad for 6 years.
I know, and you had your pockets, like you said.
Yeah.
You had your pockets, but it's like you can't get this label up off of you.
Yeah.
And everybody always got something to say, and they gonna always throw a jab at you
Yeah.
and all this little stuff.
Yeah.
Even though you get it off, I just realized that that's just what people do.
Yeah.
Haters gonna be there.
Yeah.
That's what they there to
Yeah.
do. They get paid to do it. And so I look at it like, embrace everything that come with it, because I know God is there to, and it's all for Him.
So you're killing it. So I got 3 for everybody. I'm a teacher. I got 3 reasons why God will allow the nightmare to continue, even though He gave you a promise. And number 1, you said it, is that God will let you fail or allow the calamity until you learn that without Him, you can't do anything.
Yep.
And so I literally saw you do that. Talk to me too in that. How important was it to have a "Can you stand the rain" woman?
Oh man, that was it right there. I think especially when I really started taking it more serious, because of course we gotta grow. I mean, girls be ready.
Sure, right.
Be so advanced. I call her wifey futuristic, because I'll be asking for something.
She's always on the next level.
She like, boy,
What's
I already
up, Carla?
got that
Shout out to
upstairs.
Carla Graham.
Yeah, shout out to my wife Carla. Oh man, I'm telling you, wifey is down for me.
Yeah.
And it's cool because she just showed in her what she do.
Yeah.
And I'm just thankful in them times where I wanted to make them emotional decisions. She kind of, threw some stuff out there, and she was feeling how I was feeling, but she was like, think about this. And when I really thought about it, it was like, whatever is good for our family.
Yeah.
And then I'm always praying. That's one thing I do. I pray, a lot. I always pray growing up, not even knowing, what that really was at first, but just, praying that one day I get to this and get here. And I always say, man, you pray for this. You pray to be here. this what comes.
In other
with
words, you remind yourself, hey, this was the dream that he promised. Yeah.
And you know, reminding yourself of that in them hard moments.
Yeah.
And so that's when I get, you know, more with him. Just like, man, you know, Lord, I appreciate you. Thank him for just all the little things. I'm not sick. I'm not this. And I don't know what works for other people, but I mean, just starting to pray and talk to him. I mean, just really see, ask him to help you get better in that word. Ask him to throw that book at you a little more, you know, in moments where you got to make that decision. Either I'm going to go over here and it's sitting right here every day. Book sitting right here every day. Don't crack it open. Once you get started, you know how your personality is. It's addicting. So
come on.
You will get it going.
And
so I know what I learned about myself in the moments, man, it's like I just would pray about it, and then when, like, I feel it now. I really feel bad and convicted when I do some of the stuff that I ain't never thought I would grow on. You know what I'm saying? Because of where you at in your life and how you've gotten away with so many different things. But now it's like, now that you know, you ain't ignorant to the fact of, nah, this is what God thinks of this.
So good.
Nah, what you gonna do?
So watch this. So key number one was that God will let you fail until you learn that without him you can't do anything. So in other words, like what you just said is that, and again, I never put together, like I said, that it was 6 years.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That it was 6 years.
Chip Kelly. And
wow.
I mean, and it was bad for Andy Reid the last two. And see how his career
right.
went.
He was out.
I mean, he was gone.
And so here's number two. The second thing is that failure or the nightmare keeps you from getting drunk on yourself and forgetting God. Here's why: the success is intoxicating. If you continue to be successful without God, you'll believe in you instead of him.
Yep.
And so I love that, you know, and that was really, I was an eyewitness to see how, because again, like I said, I've been doing this for 23 seasons. I've seen guys who seek after God because they're looking for that lucky rabbit's foot. They're looking for something to ease the pain. You actually found out for 6 years that God made you better and the situation stayed bad.
Yeah.
And so therefore, like I said, but the cool part, the Bible says that God knows the end from the beginning. So it's almost like God was working on you to prepare you for the success that was coming.
You know what I've learned? To be content.
Yeah.
And be appreciative of where right now.
Yeah.
Like, you know, being able to do this.
Yeah.
You know, being able to know that when this due air, somebody's gonna be touched from it.
Yeah.
You know, because we all go through things together, but we don't express it enough, and it be the same thing. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You just deal with it differently because you was brought up and they taught you a way to deal, and you cope everybody cope differently.
Correct.
And so I know that's why we need to be more vulnerable as men, because it's like, when God don't want you to judge, it's like that's part of it right there. Like you can't be scared to be judged and whatever, because that's a them problem. It's not a me problem. And then now nobody can hold something over my head on something that, you know, I already know that's bad about me, and people that really know me know that that's where I struggle.
Yes.
And so if anything, pray for me. And, you know, and I'm more content with that, knowing that everybody just want to hide. And some people, I mean, we need to be more revealing, you know, of ourselves, because you never know who you're going to help in the moments, being revealing, you know.
So good.
I try to be that now because I've grown to that. It's not easy because, of course, you know, you still, you care of your image, but it's like still, you ain't perfect.
Right.
And God got you, and God know, and you already had this talk with him, so now he might be telling me to put it out there for other people to help them and let them come out.
And here's I'll call it, here's the power of the nightmare, is that when God sustains you through it, now you learn that can't nothing stop my dream.
Oh yeah. Can't nothing stop that dream.
Right. But because for 6 years, and I remember you're like, I'm still here.
Yeah. And we always, when the contract's up, man, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
And boy, God always found a way.
Yeah.
You know, he already walked that path already. I just had to believe that that's what it is.
So good. So watch this. So we're almost at the end. So number one, 3 reasons why God will not stop the nightmare. So just want to encourage y'all, even from hearing Brandon's testimony, that he'll let you fail until you learn that you can't do it without him. Number 2, he'll allow that nightmare to continue to humble your behind, because he knows the success that's coming, and so that you're humble enough to succeed.
Yeah.
And then here's the third one. I want to get your thoughts. The third reason why God will allow the nightmare to continue, even though he gave you a dream, is to demonstrate that he's capable to work for you and to do it in spite of you. So here's I want to take us now. Here we are. You make it to another dream called or here we are in season 2016.
Yeah.
And a lot of people don't know this. I've shared your testimony a little bit sometimes.
Yep.
And that is this, that in 2016, you came to me and you said, Pastor Ted, you're a believer. I love God, but you knew there was more. And you knew that you could go deeper in him. And you said, I want to rededicate my life to God and I want to go hard for him. And you didn't know that was going to be our Super Bowl season.
Yeah.
And so
that was a great one. People baptizing, get baptized.
That year. It was crazy.
It was
but that was the same year that you came to me in the very beginning. And I personally believe again that God has really used you to keep that culture going in that building. I believe that God used you even that year. And here's my point. Here, number 3, that God will demonstrate that he's capable to work for you despite you. So here now we make it. Here's a dream. We make it to the Super Bowl. Here we are. We're on the stage. And a lot of people didn't know you got injured during the game.
Yep.
What quarter did you?
Hamstring. It was second quarter.
Yeah.
And boy, I ain't know because it was a funny feeling.
Come on, did you know that? Come on. Did you know that? Yeah.
Yeah, it was I had went out for a little bit of the second quarter, came back, and I just was
but talk to me about that. I'm in the Super Bowl.
I know, and
I'm in the Super Bowl. And did you pull it or you tore it?
I kind of strained it.
You strained it, yeah.
And so I remember just saying, Lord,
sounds
please,
like a nightmare.
Lord, please, whatever. Like I'm just over here talking. Lord, please help me through this. Man, this is Super Bowl.
Yeah, right. Come on. This is the dream. You gave me the dream, and in the dream, here comes another night. Here go a nightmare.
And like you say, I think once I prayed about it, I wasn't even thinking about it no more. But it was just cool that I went to him in that moment because it's like, like Lord, you come on,
dude,
please.
I was in the Chaplain seats, so we're up in the 500 level. Yeah. we're in the 500 level watching the game, and me and Pastor Lusk, shout out to Pastor Lusk, rest in peace. He was the other chaplain. We were just saying, BG got to make a play. We're like, hey, BG got to make a play. So we started praying for you,
man.
Because
cool.
Guess what? Because you hadn't made. I mean, you were playing, but you hadn't made a play all game.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, we're still making the whole point. All of a sudden, in the nightmare, you still had to believe that I'm still dreaming.
Yep.
I'm still in the dream. And of course, everybody, we might even show it now. Look at this. Look at that. And everybody knows what happened. That all of a sudden, this big old strong hand came and knocked the ball out of Tom. Because again, we were winning and it looked like it was good, but then all of a sudden they put the ball back into Tom Brady's hands and everybody was shook like, here come Tom Brady.
Because
this
he
looked
did
like
it
this
the year before.
It looked like a nightmare's coming. And then you were having your own personal nightmare in the dream. You had to believe in the dream over your personal nightmare.
Oh, yeah.
And you gave this city a dream by trusting God.
It's funny when you say that. It's like it just brought me to kill the flesh.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And it's like it don't matter of how you feeling. It's like, all right, I trust God on this. Like, and I'm really out there, man. Just, hey, I was going.
Yeah.
I was, either way, that day, I was believing.
Yeah.
And I just felt like you say, nobody could stop that dream.
Nobody could stop the dream. Not even my nightmare.
Yeah, not even the nightmare.
Yeah.
And so it was, man, that was such a great moment for me.
Yeah.
Still is because, it's just something that you appreciate that God did for me because, like you say, he do all the good things.
Yeah.
And so he knew my heart. He knew I wanted to get a Super Bowl and got me one.
Crazy.
And, praying for another one.
Yeah.
And I believe it's coming.
We made it back to one.
Yep.
Just to show we could do it again.
Now we can do it.
And now we're bringing BG back for the 15th season so we can get back to
with
that
some
bowl.
good coordinators, and I'm excited with the team.
Yeah.
I just think that I think it's going to gel. Everybody feeling that burn.
So Brandon, in closing, just what can you say to somebody that's going through their personal nightmare, know that they have a dream, just from your heart or from your own experience, what could you say right now to encourage them?
Did you know that your business is as unique as your fingerprint? Haddon Savings understands your business's unique financial needs and is here to help with a wide range of SBA loans and assistance. We also offer commercial real estate loans to leverage your equity. Use it to build, buy, refinance, expand, or remodel your business. Call us today to get individualized financial services tailored to fit your needs. Haddon Savings Bank, creating banking relationships since 1905.
In Lancaster County, Pennsylvania, there's a slightly slower pace of living. That's also where you'll find the home of Stoltz Fish Structures, where quality, integrity, and world-class customer service are more than just a way to do business. It's a way of life. From our humble beginning over 40 years ago in a small building, to the modern 65,000 square foot facility of today, we've remained at the forefront of our industry. Everything from gazebos and sheds to garages and pergolas, and everything in between.
For over 50 years, Nuss Construction has focused on family first and giving back to our community. That's why we are proud to support Family Matters Daycare in the BetterMan 24 conference. If you are in South Jersey, consider us if you need a new bathroom, kitchen, or an addition to your existing home. Protecting your family and making them more comfortable is one of our key focus points. Call today for a free consultation and discover the Nuss Construction Company difference.
I would say, just pray.
Yeah.
Say your prayers. Come boldly to the throne. Just whatever's on your mind, just act on it. Talk to them. If you can't talk to somebody in real time, get in the spiritual realm.
So good.
You know what I'm saying? It's like, because I really feel like that's what get us through every day.
I like that.
I appreciate being able to get home. Because I know God is covering us.
Yeah.
I appreciate hearing good news and being happy for other people. You know what I'm saying? So practice, just praying to God. It could be quick. It ain't gotta be this lavish what you hear. It's just like tell him what you feel.
Come on.
What's on your heart. But thank him.
Like
too.
you said in the game,
Pray.
help me, Lord.
Praise.
Come on, you got me here. Let
Praise.
me make it through.
And just see take it more serious than you ever have.
I love
it. Give it a month. Give it a 2. Like they say 4 days of being in the word, you will really start to see a change. So I would say that start off 1 day at a time, 1 foot at a time, taking steps, baby steps, and praying, for what you want and what you want yourself to look like to others. Yeah. And so I think that's where I would start off, because when people see me, do they see you? And not compromising myself in moments where it ain't the most popular thing. That's what I've gotten better at. Yeah. Because at the end of the day, where we all going, I hope we all going there.
Amen.
You know what I'm saying?
Come on.
I'm trying to get some people in
Let's
heaven.
live the dream, not the nightmare.
Because this is eternity.
Yeah.
This is nothing to play with.
Come on now.
And
You're
I'm
preaching
done
now.
playing.
You're preaching
now.
now.
I promise you. Because, boy, it gets, when my daughter came to me and was like, Dad, am I going to ever see you again if you die? I say, baby, we going to do this the right way. Yeah. And, we believing for that, because God got us, Amen. And so like I told you, this is what we pray every morning, every day.
Which is amazing that your daughter has those conversations with you
it
at her age.
It made me want to cry, because she was crying.
Yeah.
And just what I'm going to do when I don't see you no more?
Yeah.
What I'm gonna, trust God.
Yeah, and baby, you're going to see me forever.
And you're going to see me forever.
Yeah.
And it's just like.
So good.
That right there, man, that was so deep.
Wow.
And it just hit me. And it was like.
And look what you did, even in the heart of your daughter. You implanted the dream to overcome the nightmare.
I'm telling you, man.
Yeah.
So praying.
Yeah.
Praying and holding your family
so
tight.
Good.
Loving on the people that,
So good.
I'm telling you, just love on these people, because you don't know the last time you're going to have them reaction of like, hey, grandma, hey, big girl.
It's real.
Because, it's just them reactions of how people embrace you when you in their presence. You know what I'm saying? And so I'm always are y'all
catching this? We ain't talking football, we talking life.
We just talking
football ain't
life.
Real.
I'm telling you, really,
this is real.
Just enjoy your people, enjoy your days you get to wake up.
Yeah.
Man, I love seeing people 80, 90 years old. I'm always trying to like just hear them on what matters most now, you know, than it did when you was 30. You know, because I'm 30, be 36 this year.
Come on, man. I'll be 53 this year.
And I understand so much more, but I can't wait. Hope to be here till I'm 80,
Come
90,
on. That's my plan.
100 years
That's
old.
my plan.
I don't want to go yet. Lord, I want to give it all. Help. I want to service everybody, you know, but I'm ready. You know, when that day do come, you know, and I feel confident than I ever have, you know, knowing that, man, like, Lord, I know I ain't perfect, but boy, you know I believe, and I'm hoping for eternity with you. Because man, it's nothing like, man, this is like temporary. If you could just, I know the world is attractive and got so much good stuff,
but there's something more real.
There's something more real and something more just that we can ever, like, you thought this was great, and it got its ups and downs. You ain't got to worry about no ups and the downs up there. You ain't got to worry about going to sleep no more because you know it's just, I'm really appreciative, man, and I really want to help other people, you know, get this excitement, because it ain't always been there because I wasn't ready.
You are doing it right now, and that's why I knew when we were going to talk about this topic that you were the man to talk to, for us to realize and have an understanding that God gives everybody a dream. You're going to experience a nightmare, but the dream is more real.
It is.
Okay, guys, can we give it up for BG? Man. Come on, Team Graham, 55. And this was Catalyst Conversations that cause change. I know you were changed. Hey, guys, can't wait to see you again. Peace.
You called out my name.
BetterMan Conference.
When change takes place, there should be a sign. When things change, we can see it. We can feel it. We get to experience it. Is this making any sense?
You cannot hear the word and not be a doer of the word and still keep the old you alive. But the reason why we're not doers of the word, because there is a version of us we're not ready to kill yet.
So for those who are going through right now, there's hope. You do have hope. There is something on the other side of this. Don't get caught up where you are. Don't stay where you are. Keep moving.
Men, are you ready to transform your life and become the BetterMan you've always wanted to be? Join us on October 26th for the BetterMan Conference 24. We are bringing you an incredible lineup of speakers, including Pastor Ted Winsley, Apostle Brandon Clack, and NFL legend Brian Dawkins. And that's not all. Special guests Irving Fryer, Thomas Toupee, Bobby Williams, Ike Reese, Jason Avant, and more will be a part of our day workshops. Don't miss out on the early bird special. Get your tickets for just $75 until August 31st. After that, tickets are $85. Food is included. Invest in yourself and secure your spot today. BetterMan Conference 24, where men come together to grow, connect, and become the best version of themselves. Visit our website now to get your tickets. Be there. Be better. BetterMan 24.